What's good, y'all? Welcome to our channel. I'm Maya.
And Sarah.
And we are Charmed and Dangerous.
Because you know we're charming.
And we're dangerous.
Very dangerous.
And y'all already know what we're talking about today, but before we get into the video, we would love it if you hit that subscribe button down below. We're two besties. We talk about astrology. We talk about boys. We talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about.
That
okay?
Good shit.
Yes. So, if you're feeling the vibes, hit that subscribe button, and now onto the video. Okay, Sarah, so this is a new series for us, and it is going to be our 3 best tips, each of us, so 6 altogether, tips of how to be your most evolved zodiac self. So, while it's still Pisces season, we're gonna highlight Pisces, okay?
Even though when this video comes out, it's probably
gonna be
Aries.
yeah, an Aries,
Yeah.
but
you know,
when we filmed it.
Close enough.
So, Sarah, what is your first tip?
Well, I have a lot of tips for my fellow water signs.
Yes.
So my first tip for Pisces is to tell people how you're feeling, even if you consider your current feelings to be negative. You know what I mean?
That's important.
I feel like sometimes Pisceans don't want to bring the mood down because they don't want to be the person that's going to make everyone else upset. Usually they're the one that's like uplifting everyone. And I feel like they'll sacrifice their own truth in order to uplift the people around them, which just simply isn't fair to yourself, Pisces. And I feel like having negative emotions is a part of the human experience. It's as normal as having positive emotions. You know what I mean? And if the people around you only want you around when you're listening to them and giving them advice and are there for them and not the other way around, they're not your people.
Right.
You know, and Pisces is a water sign, so they do feel emotionally attached to people, which is why it's hard for them to let people go. So I get that, but you kind of need to just stop being scared and just be your true self around these people and see if they stick around even when you are having a bad day. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Because I feel like other people, you know, your feelings aren't a burden for one, you know? And I feel like sometimes they do kind of move like they are. Because I think also just in society, like if you are into like zodiac stuff, people are like, oh, Pisces are so overly emotional, you know what I mean? And I think that kind of like makes some of them scared to like open up sometimes.
It gives them a bad rep. It does. It really does. But also it's like your emotions are your power. You know, like especially for us water signs, like every single element has their power. For us water signs, it's our emotions. It's what we create with our emotions. It's how we express ourselves that makes people look at us and be like, oh, they're vulnerable. I want to be vulnerable like them. So do that. That's what you're good at.
Right. You inspire people when you open up about your emotions, honestly.
Okay, so what about you? What's your first tip for someone who wants to evolve into their next phase as a Piscean?
Yes. My first tip is to find a creative outlet for yourself. It can be writing or ceramics or pole stripping. You know what I mean? Whatever you want it to be, like whatever you want it to be. Just the key here to me is like, don't feel the need to share it with other people. I just feel like sometimes Pisces feel like they have to like have a buddy to go, you know, do things. And I feel like it will be exciting and force you kind of out of your comfort zone to expand your community. I feel like you're often around your family and friends, and you know, with this new creative outlet, they may not be accepting of it or like understand it, but who cares? Like you're doing it for you. And I think that it will be really empowering for you to see other communities out there besides the ones that you currently have. You know?
Agreed. I feel like Pisces and Libra are similar that way, where they don't like doing things by themselves, but like, how are you gonna know what you bring to the table if you don't push yourself to try things by yourself? You know what I mean?
Yes. And it's gonna give you a sense of independence and identity like you've never had before.
And if you really think about it in the Piscean way, it's like a whole new dream world that no one else is a part of. You know what I mean? When you're making connections or making memories with people in places that you've already been or people that you already know, it's like kind of continued on from another world, you know, from your already current world. Why not create a new world with new people and new activities? Like, doesn't that sound exciting to you? I know it does.
Yes.
I know. Okay, so for my second tip, it is go after the things you want without the fear of stepping on someone else's toes.
Yes.
I feel like y'all are the type to always let someone else go first or give up your turn for someone else to go first because you don't want to come off too aggressive. But like, fuck that. Be aggressive. Be the person that is going after what they want boldly. Like, why is it that we let Aries do it but Pisces can't do it? Learn something from the sign after you, okay? And I feel like you second guess yourself every time you let someone else go, you know, because you're like, oh, they did so well, like, I don't know if I can do it, oh, you were so good. But it's like, if you would have gone first, you wouldn't be overthinking like that. You know what I mean? So why not be the one that's setting the example once in a while, you know?
Don't be afraid to be different, you know? Because I think sometimes they're maybe a little afraid to like rock the boat or, you know, be different, and just don't. Go after it. Get it. Get yours.
Pisces, you're the 12th sign of the zodiac. You know what I mean? Like, I always think of Pisceans as like old souls. So of course there's someone that we all need to be observing. They got some shit figured out for sure that the rest of us don't.
Right.
You know?
I feel like my next point goes really well with Sarah's, and it is to save some for yourself, Pisces. I feel like you Pisceans are extremely generous. And y'all give and you give, and people just take and you take, you know? And people will continue to take from you until you learn to say no. You can't help everyone, and it's really not your responsibility to do that. I just feel like it's literally draining you, you know what I mean? It does drain you. So make sure you have enough in your cup before you try and share some with the rest of the world. And not the other way around, because I feel like you guys have to learn to walk away from people when your boundaries have been crossed.
Pisces, set better boundaries for yourself. Again, this goes back to, you don't want to rock the boat. You want to be the one that everyone loves. Why? Like, what is the reason that makes you think that if everybody loves you, you're going to be happy? I bet you there has been a point in your life where everybody loved you and you had no drama and you still weren't happy. Because that's not where self-fulfillment comes from. It's not from people liking you. It's from you being you and you rocking the boat whenever the hell you want.
And you have feelings, so of course you're gonna naturally rock the boat sometimes.
Yeah,
okay?
like it's
There's
like
nothing wrong with that.
Rock the boat. Water sign.
Right. Get in there.
Right. Do it.
Nobody else nobody could rock the boat like a freaking water sign, okay? So get in there.
Okay, so for my third and final point, I just want to say, in my opinion, Pisces can be the most social water sign. You know, Cancer, home, Scorpio, leave me alone. You know, like Pisces, social. But sometimes I feel like y'all distract yourself with social interactions, even though you just don't have the energy for it. You're out with people, but mentally you're like daydreaming about being somewhere else, you know? And like, we could see that. So why not you stay home and spend time by yourself instead, you know? Like, the 12th house rules over Pisces, and the 12th house is all about our subconscious mind, our dream state, and you know, our intuition, things like that. And imagine the types of powers you'll unlock within yourself if you just give yourself that alone time. But I feel like sometimes Pisceans, they don't even give themselves the opportunity to have these, I don't know, epiphanies or these moments that, you know, you'll have if you're by yourself because you're too busy socializing and you're too busy being with your friends. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like sometimes y'all do it to distract yourself from getting to know yourself more. And no lie, getting to know yourself can be scary, but it's fulfilling.
Yeah, for sure. They are very social signs, and I feel like I don't understand why, you're right, why they don't take that time for themselves, because they do love to rest, you know what I mean? So it's like, y'all love to sleep, so why is it you force yourself sometimes to like go out and be with people when really you need to recharge? Because you know how to rest and recharge, but just like sometimes I think when it is a social thing, or they feel like a friend needs them or something, they're like, they don't know when to go. Yeah, they don't know when to set that
again, boundaries not there. You just go, even though you're running on like an empty cup.
Completely empty. And it's like,
that's not helpful for anybody, actually.
No,
it really isn't.
At all. We would rather you fill your cup up first than before you come out and try and fill everybody else's cup. Honestly. We love you, so do that for yourself.
Yeah, please.
You know? Okay, so my last point is, Pisces, learn how to accept help from others. I feel like sometimes you guys feel, you know, you're misunderstood and your feelings can be like a burden to other people, but that's not the case, you know? And I think, you know, if you open up to people about how you're feeling, rather than being closed off, like more often than not, people are going to be willing to help you and be able to help you grow in ways that you weren't really able to on your own. I feel like sometimes you guys like push people away because maybe you're like shy or you're embarrassed, but the people who really love you, who you're even sharing these feelings with, aren't going to reject you. You know what I mean? They only want the best for you. So ask for help, because people are more than willing to do it for you.
For sweet Pisces, I would give an arm and a leg.
Right, but I feel like they never ask. You know what I mean?
They don't. The thing is, I feel like with Pisces, they're so giving, you know what I mean? So I feel like they assume that if people were going to be there for them, they'd be more active about it. Because I feel like Pisces is very active about it.
Yeah.
But sometimes other people, they're not as intuitive as Pisces, or, you know, whatever. So it's hard for them to read your mind and know that you need it. Whereas you Pisces are really, really good at just feeling someone's energy, feeling someone's vibe, and being like, oh, they need me, I'm gonna be there for them. So when that isn't returned, they almost feel like people don't care enough, so I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna make them want to care, you know?
Or share what's going on.
Exactly. So I feel like if someone is watching this and you're not a Pisces and you're watching this because you have a Pisces in your life, be more actively there for them, you know? Or like actively ask them how they're doing, you know? Because I feel like sometimes they're just waiting for someone to ask.
And not everyone
does.
But your Pisces always does that for you.
They do. They really freaking do.
You sweet little fishy.
Oh my god, I love you guys so much. I mean, I know there's like, I mean, there's favorites for sure.
Right. And there's some toxic ones of y'all's.
Oh yeah,
you
for
know.
sure. Oh,
This video
everybody
is
got
evolved.
toxic.
Okay.
Yeah, this video is for the toxic ones,
Exactly.
really. I'm like, if you're toxic, welcome. This is the Pisces therapy
This is
group.
for you.
Welcome to the therapy room. All right, y'all. So we got a podcast, and if you didn't know,
We got a podcast.
And on this very beautiful, amazing, extravagant, tell-all podcast. I don't know what it's telling all of, but tell-all
All
podcast.
the secrets, all the juice.
We basically get into a deeper conversation depending on the topic that we discussed on our YouTube video. So if you want to hear us discuss this question that we're about to say, go listen to the podcast. The links are down below. You're going to love it. I guarantee it. 100% guaranteed. Okay, so are you ready for the question?
Yes.
Okay, so the question is, how does Pisces energy help others heal?
Ooh, yes. They're so healing.
They are.
So I can't wait to discuss the multiple ways.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be good.
So go check it out. It's gonna go live tomorrow. Don't forget to comment down below with any tips that you'd like to give Pisces placements. We would love to hear it. If you agreed with any of our tips. If you didn't agree, let us know. We love constructive criticism as long as it's polite.
Yes.
Be nice. We're gonna link our socials somewhere over here. Don't forget we post every Monday and Thursday for YouTube and Tuesday for the podcast. And if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, do that right now. Come on, join our family. Let's be best friends. Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.